Hey guys, Keith from Helvonet Games. I'm on Icarus on the Olympus map on the open world operation called Kill List. You're just going to make your way to the zone in I-14, this yellow zone, and you want to be where I am there, at the north eastern corner, just on a little rise. You can see the mature pack wolf nearby, and you're looking for this, you're looking for these animal scratch marks, and that's how you investigate the markings. So I'm going to click on that.
Something big did that. Good find, but we need more.
Zone.
We've marked another attack site on your map.
You can kill the mature pack wolf any number of times, it doesn't help you move on the mission, so just move on the mission, go to the next point. So I'll do that now. Okay, we're inside the yellow zone now, so it tends to be easier to find these markings when you're on a mount because you've got a higher level perspective. And it seems they seem to be close to the pack wolf, so go over to the pack wolf and then start your search, and there we go, actually they're right there next to the mature pack wolf. Look. So, kill him, jump off, and we'll interact with the markings.
Looks like the work of the same animal. Something riled it up.
And then
if you can confirm another site, the assembly's bots should be able to zero in on the general location of its den.
Let's go.
We've marked one more attack report on your map.
Map goes a bit funny when you're going up and down hill, so just keep your direction true. Little trick on these: if you just walk instead of run, you don't jump off the edge suddenly and die. If you walk, you can make your way down relatively safely. Must be getting reasonably close now. There's the mature pack wolf. So, and there's the guts and the stuff. So, interact.
There it is. Nasty.
Look at the den at night.
But that's everything we need. Assembly's bots ain't the best, but they've got to guess at where it's bedding down. See if you can find its den and end this.
Oh, that's a shame. It's only 10 o'clock in the morning, so feel free to fast forward the video. I'm going to have to hang around and find something to do until nightfall. It's literally only just changed today. So that's disappointing. But we'll find the space, is it anyway? Let's have a look. I think we're just about on top of it. I think I can see its den actually. Let's just have a look. Yeah. Of course. There's its den. Yeah, so quick look at this. It's just the usual black wolf den with the 3 things. Obviously they're not going to spawn until it's night. You can destroy these, I don't know why they have hit points, but they won't take any more damage because it's destroyed. I don't know what that means or why they do have damage, but there you go. Oh. By the way, this is only because I've already completed the gargantuan camp. the gargantuan, whatever it's called, the quarterite campaign. So they'll start appearing all over your map once you've done that. Best thing I've found to use on them is this Icarus Knight pickaxe, which does 500% damage to armour, so it absolutely hammers. And they're also weak to poison, so that the miasmic poison that these weapons deal really useful against the quarrites. As are these new beasts. Yeah, these new terms, the Ubis. I'll just show you the skills there. So one of the skills is corrosive bite. So plus 50 melee damage, plus 50% melee damage, but 100% chance to poison on hit. So on things like quarrites, that just rips them to pieces. That poison is excellent. So yeah, a good term against quarrites, to be honest. Well, that got me to 10 o'clock in the morning. Realised I'm still using flint arrows from the pot shop mission. Let's sort your ammunition out. They're pretty good, these Ubis. The only thing I'd say is you can't get any more slots on the cargo slots unless you're prepared to greatly reduce the amount of speed. It's just not worth it. I'm not going to take 20% movement speed reduction on any mount ever, just for cargo slots. Speed is the ultimate thing in the game. So. But I do like these. I like the additional poison resistance and the ignored by the viscid slime trails thing. That's quite useful on Prometheus. I like in general. I'm pretty happy with the Ubis actually. Get some physical resistance on it. Reduced stamina by sprinting. So there's lots of useful, additional speed. All the stuff's useful. Final points I'm probably going to put into this bottom left, increased metabolism. We can get up to 60% cold and heat resistance. That's going to be really useful because it is affected quite a lot by the heat and the cold. I'll give it something to eat while we're here. All my buffs, not many buffs left. I might rebuff in a second. We'll just lie you down. It's about time I got my other weapon out. I've got a sniper rifle from the orbital exchange. Tend not to use it that much, so I put it in a bag, but I think I'm going to get it out now. Always keep your pick out for the quarrites. I'm going to put those radios away. Always carry the contact radio with me, and the echo device, and the advanced deep mining score scanner, and the heal device, and the prototype trail beacon. I just got into the habit of doing that on Prometheus, just having one pouch with all the scanners in. Just stops you from running back to the base so many times. I also have this extra bio suit, and that's just because if ever I want to, like say I'm cooking something and I just want to, walk away for a while, not die of food or drink, starvation or thirst, I just changed into this envirosuit and put my food and water in my food and water slots. So let's wonder what the damage these do to the... Oh, that's not bad. It's good. I think I've got the hardened point penetration on this. Let's have a look what I've got on this. Yeah, 100% hardened point penetration and 50% over penetration damage. It's good. It's good. That knocks away the armour of the quarite quite quickly. I'm on to my last 4 achievements, so I might just take a look at what I'm waiting for. So we go to accolades and achievements. What I need, I still need another 2,000 melee kills and around about 2,000 gun kills. I'm also still trying to complete the beasteries for quite a few animals. So the hyena, komodo, pronghorn, Arctic scorpion, bear cub, elephant, landshark, zebra, baby deer, antelope, Kia, mammoth and polar bear cub. I'm not sure how I would get the polar bear cub because I think they only spawn from missions. Maybe they spawn from those, maybe it's those simple missions. Maybe that's the way to do it. Mammoth's going to be tough, there's not many mammoths about. There's some elephants near my base, so I should be able to get that okay. So that's a pain one, that was a real pain getting that particular achievement. And the other one, the 4th one I haven't got. There's 2, there's one there, you got to be revived in the null sector by a teammate. Well, I only play solo, so I'll never get that achievement. The other one is hot and cold, get frostbite and heat exhaustion at the same time. Not sure how that works. That's all I need to complete the achievements. Looks like 5 left. So I need really to be killing everything with my gun or melee. Just killing a lot of time here. Well, I'll get some of my melee kills in a second. What I need. Hopefully there'll be a ton of wolves coming around for this. I suppose what I can do while we're waiting is show you my setup, which actually I haven't quite got correct at the moment, so let's get the setup correctly. So I've been cooking, so I had the culinary backpack on. But yeah, my usual setup is full set of obsidian armour, upgraded, and the upgrades I put on is the physical resistance upgrades, both on the chest and on the legs. So that's another 20 physical resistance. You get 5 physical resistance from the Biomore backpack. So that, along with a full set of obsidian, you end up with a 95 melee resistance, which is pretty awesome. Pretty much means you're impervious to melee damage. You can get the higher. On this map you need to drink the strength enhancement tonic, which which actually gives you 15 physical resistance. So you could theoretically change the. I sometimes have the food buff, the additional food buff one on the chest. Yeah, alternatively, don't wear the biome backpack, put maybe the other backpack on. For this fight, I'm thinking actually that probably only gives you, looks like it gives you 6, which is strange, 6 physical resistance. So instead of that, I think I'm going to put on the electrostatic one for the additional damage. The additional electroshock damage, so we'll pop that on. Still have an 89 physical resistance, but of course, with that, I might as well have a drink and see what it gives me. There you go, 99%, which is the biggest you're going to get on physical resistance, but it only lasts a couple of minutes, 2 minutes, so not very long lasting. So you have to keep that one on your hop there. I've noticed all my buffs have dropped off now as well, so I'll get those back on. I like to be buffed up when I'm out in the wild. So we will get our buffs going, our foods. So first of all, I have the honey smoked bacon because of the additional food effects duration. Then I have the this one because it gives, this one's the gorse smoked gamey meat. These are all made from the smoker, by the way, and I've made them wearing the culinary backpack, so that's why they look. That's why the bonuses are a little bit wacky, a little bit, because you get an extra, I think it's 10 or 15%, maybe 25% on top. So that's a good balanced one because of the extra melee damage as well. So take that. This one's excellent. It's melee speed. So between these two, you've got excellent melee boosts. That's the stringy jerky, 32% melee speed. And a bit of health and stamina thrown in there. And then finally, some exposure resistance, so that's useful. And health and stamina, of course. So by the time you've got those 4, you've got good bonuses to health regen across the whole lot. You've got good bonuses to melee attack and damage. You've got some exposure resistance from the white jerky, and you're extending the duration of the buffs using the honey smoked bacon. So that's a good 4. If there was a 5th, I'd probably just go for all-out health. The biggest one is health, but that's good enough for most fights. You don't really need that higher health when you've got a melee resistance of 99%. So, yeah. Is that a pronghorn? I think he'll kill that. So I think I'm looking for pronghorns. What was that? Go check it out. So you do get points for skinning. You do get beastry points for skinning stuff, so always skin stuff. Even if you don't take it, just take the axe, so your arrow's back. So pronghorn beastry progress I've done now. Best beastry progress I think is from you get that from putting them on the skinning bench. Maybe a chamois. Chamois, however I want to say it. That's a pronghorn as well. That's good. So we'll skin that one as well. 892 of 1100 it says there, so I'm getting close. I like it when the arrows stick out of the top of the creature you just killed, so just grab the arrow and ignore the rest like that. And go. The other good thing about the Olympus is that they're quite powerful, so you don't have to worry too much. Make sure they're on defensive. And, see, it cuts straight through the armour, that core. We'll see how it goes against a core. 154 damage to its armour just with one whack. So it's going to take 4 or 5 whacks, and it'll drop through the armour. And then as soon as through the armour it starts doing poison damage. So you see its poison damage is starting to kick in there. And its next hit will be protected armour, so it's going to do 154 health. And the poison damage stacked, so you can see it's taking multiple poison damages now. That Ubers basically single-handedly can quite easily kill Quora. Because of that, you don't have to worry too much. There's not really anything in the game unless you help Prometheus. Not much in the game. It's just going to kill you after Ubers. Potentially those things that breathe fire in Prometheus. Watch. The Storm Ghost. Other than that, not a right lot that's going to kill you. Do this. Obviously, that makes a big difference having the 10 physical resistance. If you want to help, if you want to save it even more, you can put the saddle on. It gives it another 5 or 10 physical resistance. The iron saddle, I think it's called. I prefer the 5% extra speed. I mean, if I'm not bothered about the exposure, I'd probably go into a cave somewhere, but it looks like the weather will be gone before I really start to take much damage. That 19% exposure resistance really helps. Also the obsidian armor gives you exposure. Combination of exposure resistance and overall. You get 3, 6, that's 9, another 3, that's 12, another 2, that's 14, another 2, that's 16 exposure resistance from your obsidian. And from that buff, get another 19, so that's 16, that's 26, that's 35 exposure resistance just from the white jerky and obsidian. So that's why I'm not really taking, well, I didn't take any damage from that storm. And the storm's passed now. Of course, what we're doing here is just waiting for nightfall. We found the den, but it's not going to accept the fact I found the den unless it's nightfall. So I'm assuming that's when the wolves come out. Let's see what's up there. Let's have a look. Oh, it's hidden by the cliff. Oh, the prong arm. I might go up there and skin it. So I'm trying to progress my pronghorn beastery, aren't I? I can get up. I have to go around. Oh, it's a chamois through all that. I'm just going to stand this up. I'm getting a bit sick of it lying down. Only because when you get on it, it changes your perspective for riding. It puts your visual perspective at ground level, even when it stands up, so it's a pain. Need to sort that out. Let's have a look what else we've got here. Let's have a look, see if we can get some more pronghorns while we're here. Baby deer, I need that as well. Was it baby deer I needed, or was it... I don't know what that is running down there. Killed it, whatever it was. That's a chamois. We have those. We have a thingy incoming. Incoming! That's not bad, that. Nice fan. So that knife's got electroshock on it, but I've also obviously got electroshock from my backpack, so I'm getting double the electroshock damage, which is nice. Don't need any of that. Well, 3 o'clock, not long to go till nightfall now. Let's see if we can get some more pronghorn while we're faffing around. Oh man, those aren't spawning thick and fast, those things. You can hear from quite a while off the quarrites. Sometimes it's just easier to pick up them and get through the armour instantly almost. Thanks, Ubis. That looks like pronghorn. Now to deer. Down and see if we can find any more pronghorn. Just need the pronghorn to spawn. The other thing, of course, that's really useful against the quartz is the drill arrows. Which just slowly takes down their armour to nothing. Explosive damage does well against them as well. If you've got explosive range, see the explosive damage there. It's huge compared to the other damage. But you got to be a bit careful. Explosive damage, you can easily hit yourself if they get too close and you fire. So I tend to keep explosive rounds in my kinetic rifle, and I'll just have the incendiary rounds in my anti-material rifle. And then obviously I've got my trusty knife and my kinetic. It's called kinetic bow, is it? Tactical bow. But I tend not to use these arrows too much. I use them more against the boss fight, because that needs a real good, decent amount of armour reduction so that you can start to damage it. Something running around up there. I think it's a rabbit, yeah. Tell by the way they kind of dodder around. Always kill everything. If you're trying to get things to spawn that you want to see, always kill everything in the area. The more things you kill, the more spaces it opens up to spawn other stuff. I seem to be on a run of wolves at the moment. the arrows when you can. Don't get too. I shouldn't be killing them with my bow. I should be killing them with my melee weapons. So I'm trying to progress that as well. Always hit them in the head, of course. I'll always do a little stutter and a stop before the attack. So always that one didn't. Pronghorn. Let's get there we go, got him. 9-3 something now we're on. Oh, where's he gone? There he is. That's 9-3-4. So you get 2 points for skinning it, so you might as well there we go, not to his one hit. And 1 hit. He's dead. With the explosive rounds. But you see I did hit myself there. Just gotta be careful. A little drink. Okay, we're only an hour away from night time now. Something right over there. Let's see what that's that. That's pretty cool. So, it's just a deer. There's my dude. Yeah, with this the sniper rifle, I always wonder whether to get the extra ammunition. But you have to give up something quite good to get the extra ammo. To get the second, the second piece of ammo. Is that pronghorn? Yeah. So we will go and skin that. I'm going to melee on this Tyrannus. Oh, that died quick. 939 now. I'm not that far away on the beastry progress there. It's time to start making our way back to the den, the wolf den. Should be spawning soon. See what these are, see if any pronghorns got. Oh, we've got 30 minutes game time, so. I don't really mind using my ammunition up because it's so cheap in the orbital exchange. And I always carry around with me this gear. So I always have a fire and some coal and a bedroll, and I always have an orbital exchange interface and a portable beacon just sat in one of my pouches, just in case I need to bring some more ammo down from the orbital exchange. My base, I've actually not gone. Normally I'd have a base over here in around L12, L13, something like that, but this time I've opted to have my base in D12 in the desert, and that's because D14 is where the boss fight is, so I want it to be relatively close to the boss fight, and it's also close to 3 sandworms for killing those to farm the bio. So, oh, there we go, look, we have oh, it just ran across from one side to the other. Right, I'm going to go melee. Let my Ubis help with the killing. I'm just going to try and kill it now. Usually you're trying to aim for its head, try and kill it to kill its head. You also want to slow it down, you don't want to, it tries to go back into it's walking off, it's trying to go back into its cave.
You almost made that look easy. Almost. Good kill.
Yeah, so the benefit of using an
Good work
shot,
down there. I'd say you're done. The assembly can be slow to trust people, but if you keep this up, you'll do well with them.
Yeah, the good thing about using electroshock on your weapon or your backpack is that it affects the Black Wolf boss, and so it slows them down. So when it tries to sprint off back into its burrow, and then you have to kill a whole load of more of wolves while it heals, it can't do it. It can only walk towards its burrow, so you can keep walking with it and attacking it, and if you're lucky, like I just did, you kill it in one go. You don't have to do 2 rounds, so we'll have all this. This is all good stuff. Especially that Black Wolf fur. If you want to make the Black Wolf armour, you need lots of that Black Wolf fur. So definitely don't turn that into legendary biomass. At least not first. Get your wolf armour made first. But wolf teeth, they're 10 a penny, so you can always convert those. You'll have plenty of those. Well, that's the end of that mission. Thanks for watching Helvonic Games, and I'll see you again soon.